So, good morning, friends. This is Tarun Nanwani, and today I am bringing to you a very important topic. So, the biggest problem these days people are facing is managing their whole day. The list of work keeps on increasing, the expectations of people keep on increasing. But as far as delivering the work is concerned, people are always struggling. The to-do list keeps on increasing, and somehow maybe they are able to do the work but not the kind of quality which is expected from them, and some of them produce good work but they become totally stressed up, but at the end of the day things are not working. I mean, so that is the reason why courses are related to task management, time management, have become so much famous these days. So I have brought to you this video because my hands fell on a book called Manage Your Day to Day. So I read some golden things from that book, and I decided that I will share all these tips with you. So the first thing, as far as managing our daily day to day life is, we should build a solid, rock solid routine. Our routine should be very powerful. So the first step for that is that we have to lay the groundwork properly. Laying the groundwork. This is the first rule for building a rock solid daily routine. Now, you should always draw a line between the world's demands and your own ambitions. The world has got a lot of expectations from you. There are people who are waiting for you to complete all your work. Suppose you are going in the office, and there are a lot of people who will come to you and tell you that they want to complete this work on priority. They will keep on pushing you and their expectations, and nobody likes to say no to anybody. If there are 2 to 3 people asking you to do different things, you will feel that you need to maintain good relationships with them. You will also feel that you should complete their work so that they can also move smoothly for the entire day. But the trouble with this approach is, it means spending the best part of our day on people's priorities. What we are doing is that we are living according to the scripts provided by them. We are not doing things which are priority work for us. So we need to make sure. We sometimes we feel that, look, today I have got a lot of work, but tomorrow it will be much better. So we keep on saying this to ourselves, but then tomorrow never comes. So this is very important. So the rule which you have to follow is, do creative work first. Make sure that whatever creative work you have, first finish your work, and whatever reactive work is there, you can do later on. So when you go to the office or when you are at home, then make sure that whatever the creative work is, you take it up first, because in the morning, in the early part of the day, your creative energies, your energy levels, your IQ, the amount of refreshment you have, it is the highest. Your energy levels, they are at the peak at that time, because you are not tired, you have not taken any kind of reactive work, repetitive work. So make sure that when you start your day, do all the creative work first. Make sure that you don't go to the office directly and start answering your emails first and then scheduling the meetings and stuff like that. First, make sure that in the initial part of the day, maybe for a couple of hours, do the creative work first, because you can answer the emails later on. You can allot a specific time, maybe half an hour after your initial sacred 2 hours for answering the emails. And as far as meetings are concerned, you identify the time of the day when you have little bit less work, so you can schedule your meetings at that time. Until then, you can be strict with people that you are not going to interact with them unless it is a very urgent work. And what will happen is that once you do like this, gradually people will also become accustomed to it. So what they will do is that they will also expect that you will work during these hours of the day. They will not push you. Maybe they might get little bit disappointed in the starting, but then they will also understand. So laying the groundwork is very, very important. And some of the tips are that start with the rhythm of your energy. Make sure that you pick up the time of the day when your energy levels are highest. Some people, they are working best in the morning, and some people, they have great energies in the evening, and some people, they can be night owls. They prefer to work in the night. Although I don't believe in working in the night, I prefer early morning work. But it is very, very important that you pick the time when your energy levels are highest, and schedule your work accordingly. Whatever work is most critical, you schedule it accordingly. And there might be times when your creative energies are not at your best. Then you identify those times and pick up works which are repetitive, and things like answering to calls which are not that much important, or attending meetings in which your presence is just required, and answering emails and stuff like that. And then also use creative triggers. Make sure that whatever work you are doing, you set some kind of trigger. For example, whenever you start your laptop, you might keep a book besides your desk and point out whatever things are important to you. Then in the afternoon, suppose you are having tea, so keep a trigger that whenever I'll have my tea, I'll make sure that immediately after taking my tea, I will check for around 10 minutes all my emails. I'll answer all the critical emails. So these are nothing but a creative trigger. Then manage a proper to-do list to make sure that whatever work comes, you note it down in a to-do list. And the ideal size would be keep a 3 by 3 post-it note on your desk, and make sure that whatever important work is there, you keep it in the post-it note. And suppose that this 3 by 3 note is not enough because you have more tasks, then you can understand that you have got too much task. And if you try to accomplish too many things, you will not be able to accomplish anything in a proper way. So make sure that you focus on creative commitments, and whatever important work is there, you just focus on that. Don't keep on piling your work for the day. And note down all your commitments. Whatever commitments you have, note it down on a paper, and make sure you deliver all your commitment, so that suppose you are doing work according to your own lifestyle, as we discussed right now, that you are using your creative energies in the morning. Then you are making sure that you check the rhythm levels of your body, and schedule your work accordingly. So there will be a lot of people who will be waiting for you to complete your own work. So what you have to do is that you have to keep on mentioning each and every commitment you are making to them, and make sure that you answer to these commitments, and don't create bad relations. Suppose that you want to complete some task the next day, then just tell them. And the last point is make hard edges in your day. So sometimes what happens is that we begin the day in the morning, and we feel that we will do this work in the initial part of the day, this work in the afternoon, then for 1 hour in the afternoon, in the evening you are going to interact with some other client, and in the evening you are going to spend time with your family. So what happens is the start of the day is proper, but as the day progresses, then it is possible that you might get stressed up, and you are not feeling well, and in the after tasks of the late evening and afternoon, they get compromised. So make sure that you develop proper hard edges. Suppose you have allocated 4 hours for your initial work, then make sure that you complete it in that interval, because if you don't, then all your tasks for the rest of the day will get compromised. So this is very, very important. The first rule of building a powerful routine, it is do your creative work first. Make sure that you don't live according to the expectation of other people. And we discussed few other things like work according to the rhythm of your body level. Identify the time when your energy level is highest, you're feeling the best, and pick up a creative work, important work during that time. And you should also use creative triggers then build a post-it note on your desk, and then build hard edges in your day. This will push you to complete your task accordingly. So this was the very important first rule we decided, that laying the proper groundwork. Don't forget it. We will try to revise it. And the reason why I am creating this video is that you can come back to it and again watch it multiple times. So the second important point right now is harnessing the power of frequency. So the first one was laying the proper groundwork, and the second is harnessing the power of frequency. So now we tend to overestimate what we can do in a short period and underestimate what we can do in a longer period, provided we do it slowly and consistently. So to give you an example, suppose you want to learn a musical instrument. Okay, so what you will do is that you will plan that every day I will work for I'll play this music instrument for 3 to 4 hours, and then in 1 month I'll make this much progress, in 2 months, in 6 months I'll become a master. So what you are doing is that you are overestimating your capabilities for short term. But the ideal scenario would be that you want to become a musician. You are now pretty clear about that. So set a schedule. Do work for 15 minutes, half an hour every day, and on the weekends you can stretch a little bit. So what it will do is that over the long period you will reap great benefits. But what some people do is that they push themselves too hard because they overestimate what they can do in short period, and what ends up happening is that they give up. They are not able to achieve their goals and ambitions. So the important thing is frequency. Whatever we need, whatever we want to achieve, we need to do it to frequency. Repetitiveness, that is the critical thing. Repetitiveness is not boring. In fact, frequency sparks creativity. Suppose you are doing same thing again and again, but if you are doing it with focus and interest, you will always find something new. Suppose there is a cricket player, and he's a batsman, so his primary job is to play shots, use his bat. So you'll feel that he's doing the same thing. He's hitting 1500 to 2000 balls every day. But if he's focused, every day he will find something new, although it is not evident to you. The same thing goes for writer. The writer keeps on writing every day, but every day he's learning something new. So that is very, very important. And frequency keeps ideas fresh. Suppose you are doing something regularly, but what will happen is that suppose you take a long break, then you will have to revise everything, refresh everything, and maybe it will become very, very difficult and tedious for you. So if you are doing everything, all your tasks frequently, then you will not have anything to remember. So your ideas will always be fresh. Then frequency makes starting easier. So every day somehow you have created a schedule, then it will not become very, very difficult for you to start your work. Every day it will become natural for you. It will become a habit for you. And then the pressure level will definitely reduce. So suppose you are doing something frequently, then your pressure level would be down, because every day you want to achieve X result. You want to start a holistic class. So there will be a lot of pressure on you. But if you are doing it frequently, you have that vision in your mind. So it will create less pressure on you, because you are always at your job. You are not taking breaks in between. So it will keep your fresh, it will keep your ideas fresh, and at the same time it will reduce your stress levels, and your productivity will keep on increasing. So this is a very, very important point, which is that we have to harness the power of frequency. So the first point which we discussed about building a powerful routine was laying the proper groundwork. In that we discussed that we need to draw a line between the world's expectations of the world and our own ambitions. We need to do the creative work first and the reactive work later on. This was the first golden principle of building a rock solid routine. And in the second principle, what we learned is that we need to do everything repeatedly. we need to maintain some kind of frequency. We need to do things. We need to we cannot overestimate what we can do in short period and underestimate what we can achieve over the long term. So this was the second rule. And the third rule is renewal, that we need to regularly renew ourselves. We need to stay fresh. Now I will give you a very good example which will help you. Now there was a person who was very stressed up. He was at the very high position in his office. He was the CEO, but he used to start his day early in the morning, and then he used to have his breakfast very fast, and then he used to pick up his car and try to rush to his office, and he finished each task as quickly as possible, because there were always few tasks waiting for him. And at times he became angry, upset with the people, although in his heart he knew that he was doing something wrong. But he was always in a rush, and it started affecting his health. And somehow he completed his day at 7:30, but he did not delegate his work. He wanted to do everything by himself. So by the time it was 7 to 8, he became totally stressed up. And then he used to go home, have his dinner. He could not spend time with his family. And his family also made sure that they did not come near him, because he looked so stressed. So once he completed his dinner, again he would pick up his laptop and check the emails, or if there is any important work left. So what happened is he got stressed up. It started affecting his health in a very negative way. So he decided that he would visit a doctor. So he went to the doctor, told him all his problems, and doctor was able to understand all the things. So doctor told him that I don't want to prescribe any medication to you. So if you are ready, I'll give you simple tips, and if you follow them, then I'm sure that you will definitely benefit out of them. So the person said, the CEO, that I don't have any problem. So he said that every day go for a walk, half an hour in the morning, and again half an hour in the evening. So this was his first tip. And the second tip was that every day, every weekend, on Friday, you take a half day at the office and visit a graveyard for half an hour. So that person was shocked. He said that, what do you mean? How can I, what has this to do with my body, with my health, physical health and mental health? But the doctor said that suppose you follow this advice, then you will definitely benefit out of it. So the person said that I can understand that, suppose if I walk, then it will definitely benefit me. It will have an improvement in my health. But why should I visit a graveyard? So the doctor said that, look, if you visit the graveyard, you will see all the dead bodies there. And then you will also be able to understand that these are the people who were much like you. They kept on running all their life. They became stressed, depressed. They sacrificed their physical health, mental health, their family life, their spiritual life. And in the end, what did they get? They were cremated. So this will bring a realization onto you. So that person became very happy. He followed his advice, and it had a wonderful effect on him. So we need to understand that we need to build, this is the rule number 3, that building renewal into your workday. So your capacity is very limited. So don't overestimate your capacity. Don't think that I'll keep on working for as long as possible, or for a lot of years, for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. No, I mean, our capacity is very limited. So consider your capacity as a fuel that makes it possible to bring your skill and talent fully to use. But what most of us do is that we take our capacity for granted, because for most of our lives we have had enough. We think that we have got enough capacity, so we take it for granted. We do not understand its importance. So keep on revising this fact that our capacity is limited. We can do only this much of work in one day, in 1 month, 1 year, and we need to plan accordingly. And for that we need to build regular renewal. We need to renew ourselves. And how would you do that? One of them is take proper sleep. Adequate amount of sleep is very, very important. According to scientific research, you need to take at least 8 hours of sleep. And suppose you are fit, you are doing yoga or pranayam, or you are going to the gym, you can reduce it till 7:30 or 7:15, but not less than that. So don't compromise on your sleep. So it will renew your whole day. And and you will also make sure that you take some time out every day for some short breaks. Suppose you're working in the office, then make sure that you take 5 to 10 minutes off after every 1 hour, or what suits you better. If it is possible, then you can also take a nap for 10 minutes in the office for 2 times, for 2 or 3 times every day, not just once in the afternoon. So it will keep you recharged. So you need to renew your work day. So this is the third tip. First one was laying the groundwork. Second one was do the repetitive task, build a frequency, do it regularly. Then third one was build renewal into your workday. Your capacity is very, very limited. It is not unlimited. So you need to take proper rest. You need to sleep for 7 to 8 hours minimum. You need to do exercise. It is very, very important. Go to the gym or do yoga, pranayam, whatever you want, and take short naps in the during the workday. So this is the third step, that build renewal into your workday. And I'll also request you that if you get an opportunity, also read this wonderful book, Manage Your Daily Work to Work. Manage Your Daily Work, that book. So this was the third task, that building renewal into your workday. Now we will switch to our last task. Last task is make room for solitude. So what does that mean? It means that you should always spend little time alone. You need to make sure that for some time in the morning, if you are early bird in the morning, you can do that. You can do meditation for 15 to 20 minutes. No matter what meditation you try, you can do silent meditation or mantra meditation or guided meditation, but stay alone for some time. And in the evening also, take some time off, maybe 10 minutes, and just sit alone. Make sure that nobody is around you. It is a quiet place. You can do meditation, you can do whatever you want, but it is very, very important. Create some space for yourself. And suppose you are a night owl. I don't suggest, I don't recommend anybody to become a night owl, but if you are a night owl, then what you can do is that you can spend this much time, around 15 minutes to half an hour in the night when everybody is asleep. And if you're a night owl, that doesn't mean that you should just start your Netflix and watch all the serials. No, night owl means you're doing some productive work in the night instead of morning. So you should renew yourself. You should make a solitude, room for solitude in the night. So this is the fourth point. So which was the first point? Laying the groundwork. Second was harness the power of frequency. Then third was build renewal into your day. Take proper sleep, do exercise, take 5 to 10 minutes nap. And then fourth point which we discussed is make room for solitude. This is also very, very important. Meditation, little bit of meditation, little bit of time spent alone. So this is very, very critical. So these are the 4 points. And so what did you take from this lecture? Now we had a discussion for say 20 to 25 minutes, maybe half an hour. So what are the things you are going to take from this lecture? First is that begin your day by doing creative work. Don't jump to any task, repetitive task. Don't just do work according to other people's expectations. This is the first point. Then get your work done early. Suppose you're going to the office every day at 10, then make sure that you can go there half an hour earlier and do some of your critical tasks. So this was the second point. Third is that do the work frequently. Harness the power of frequency. Don't give up in the beginning. Do work in short slots every day, but don't overestimate that I'll complete all this task in 1 month. No, you have to continue this work for a long period. Then identify the rhythms of your day, energy levels, that at what time your energy level is the highest, and schedule all the creative work during that time. So that is very, very important. Give renew yourself, do exercise, then do meditation, and also take naps in the in between. And the final point is, don't wait for moods. This is very, very important. Some people, they say, I'm not feeling good today, or I'll just take a break. So it will just destroy all the routine which you have built. So make sure that you do everything frequently and repeatedly. So I'm sure that this was the first section of that book, that build a powerful routine. So I'm sure that you will understand a lot of things. You will take it in your own life. And the reason for creating this video is that you can come back to it again. Whenever you feel that something is missing, you are again going off your schedule, you can come back to this video and listen to all the tips, wonderful tips. And also don't forget to share this video with other people, and also subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much for today.